In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 questions you should ask yourself if you're unsure if you should end a relationship. If someone tells you you're a lot like your partner, would you see this as a compliment? Think about it for a second. What does that mean? If it is a compliment to you, then there's a lot of things about your partner that you like. In fact, those are the first things that come to mind. You're saying, yeah, I take that as a compliment. I really admire and honor my partner. I'm glad that you see these qualities within us both. But if it's the other way around, you're like, I don't know if I like this. And you start seeing it as like embarrassing or something you don't want them to notice, then there's a good sign that you're probably with the wrong person. The next question is, are you truly fulfilled or are you just avoiding being lonely? You know, for a lot of people, they do this. They'll go and they'll stay with the relationship just because they don't have anything better on the hook. And they'll just stay with this person because they just don't want to be alone. It's 80% of what you want, but you're not all the way there. And the thing is with guys is they'll date down with no intention of actually marrying this woman, yet he'll stay with her in a relationship because nobody else has come along. And they'll be in this place for years. And this becomes a trap. How do I know I did this? My ex-wife was what I consider the 80% girl. And it was this long-term relationship, but we were never engaged. And she's like, when are we going to get married? I'm like, I don't know. And I was waiting for something. I was waiting for somebody else to come along that was better. But the problem was I didn't value myself well enough to get myself in this position where I could be single and actually go out there and do it. And so I stayed with this woman for years. And at this time, it destabilized the relationship because she felt like she was never enough. And so in this space of being what you would consider the 80% girl, you can't do that. You have to be with somebody you're all in with, like somebody you're truly fulfilled with. And then for you as a man, your need for or your desire for commitment will be a foregone conclusion. It'll be the easiest decision you ever made in your life. In fact, it was the easiest decision of my life when I got remarried. And so for you, if you're with somebody and you're like, I just don't want to be alone, and you're hoping for somebody else to come along, just realize that you're doing to your partner a disfavor. And she's going to always be trying to chase you. She's always going to feel like she's never enough. And she's going to cause problems. She's going to get jealous. She's going to get fearful. And she's going to keep pulling on you. You're going to be lying to her because you're lying to yourself. Or are you truly fulfilled with this woman? Or are you just avoiding being lonely? Can you be unapologetically yourself? Or do you have to act differently just to please your partner? See, in a good relationship, you shouldn't have to worry about that. You should be able to be who you are, express yourself, and be able to ask for whatever it is you need. And then your partner should say, yeah, that's great. Awesome. How can I make that happen? But if you're in a situation where you're too afraid to talk to your partner or express yourself, a couple of things could be happening. One, maybe you just don't value yourself well enough to actually ask for what you want. Or two, maybe you're in a manipulative relationship where the other person's just never going to give that to you, so you have to walk on eggshells. In either one of these cases, you are the one saying to yourself, I don't matter that much. Are you in love with your partner right now as they are? Or are you more in love with the idea of who they could become? Or this hope of that they'll be different in the future? Because if you're doing this, you don't really love the person in front of you. You don't really accept them. You're always waiting and hoping that they'll change to make you happy. Because the woman in front of you now is the woman you got. You can't go around hoping this person is going to be different. Why? Because you're showing them all the time, you're telegraphing to them that they are not enough. That they need a change for them to be with you, for them to be good enough for you. She has this potential. If she just figured this one thing out, if she just lost weight, if she just opened up more emotionally, or if she just stopped manipulating, or if she just stopped being a damn bitch, we would have an awesome relationship. How do we get back to that place in the beginning? How do we get back to that relationship that was there back when we were first started dating? This is a fantasy. It's this idea of the person. This idea of this person you hope that they'll become. And you will never actually get to live in that space. You're always just living in this future idea that never actually gets realized or actualized. And the last one is, would you want your child or future child or imagined to actually date your partner? Would that person be good enough for your kid? And for a lot of people, this is a big one because they never actually think about it that way. Like they don't think about who they want their child to actually date. Because whatever they're going to do in their dating life is going to be a recreation of what you do with this woman. So if you're with a woman who's manipulative, would you want your son to be with a manipulative woman? Or somebody who freezes him out whenever he wants to talk about something or does not want to open up or communicate, or somebody who gets a lot of attention from other men, even in a relationship? Or somebody who doesn't care about his wants or his needs, is uncaring, unempathetic, and just angry all the time? Probably not. Or would you want your daughter to be with this narcissistic asshole kind of guy? This guy who's condescending and condemning of her behaviors and actions, acting and judging like she isn't enough ever? Probably not. And so you want to think about this. Would you actually want your child to date somebody like your partner? All right, so let's recap. If someone told you you're a lot like your partner, would you find that as a compliment? Are you truly fulfilled, or are you just avoiding being lonely? Number 3, can you be unapologetically yourself, or do you feel like you have to act differently just to please your partner? And number 4, are you in love with the person who's in front of you right now as a whole, or are you just in love with the idea of the happy times or something that could be different, a potential that they could do? And 5, would you want your child, real or imagined, to date somebody like your partner? And the reason I ask these questions, and these are powerful questions, is because so many men and so many women get into these situations where they shouldn't be in them. They just stay with this person. They wait for the next one. They monkey branch on to the next person. Or they'll cheat on their spouse because they haven't worked on themselves enough. They haven't told themselves and really seen their own self-esteem as they matter in this world, like intrinsically matter. Just like, yeah, as a person, I have value. And so many people go around, they don't even have this kind of value in their life. They can't see it for themselves. And I was in this place for a long time myself too. So are you in a situation like this where one of these questions are just giving you an existential crisis? If it is, that's good. That means you're actually going down deep and you're actually thinking about what's going on in your life. The thing that I want you to do now is actually take action. Don't sit in a situation you know you shouldn't be in. The longer you stay in a relationship like this, the worse it gets for both of you. Why? Because you get more entrenched. You get more connected in the pair bonding, the emotional pair bonding. And what ends up happening is that you could lead this person down a path and waste years of their life, years of your life. Don't do this to the other person. Take action, have courage, and move forward. It's not going to be as bad as you think. Rip the Band-Aid off now and move forward. If you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more in the future.